individual. But once we know now that they actually came in and asked the jury, do you know this what's his first name? Beeman? Bob Beeman?
Brandon.
Brandon Beeman. Yeah.
Let's go,
once
Brandon.
Let's go,
Remember
Brandon.
that.
Yeah. That's too fair point. Once they've been asking the jury, do you know Brandon Beeman? And now they come along, and when it comes to the drone footage, they say we have no idea who's behind it. That's basically an out and out lie to the court, and that there's no excuse for that. I mean, there's
Everything
really
Kraut
no
said
excuse
in
for
that
that.
sequence rings as lie.
I mean,
Everything he said.
How would they,
in that
if the
particular
video
moment.
just showed up in the middle of the trial, but they already had this guy's name pre-trial, right, during jury selection, why would they have his name but for he's the provider of the video? I mean, what other role would he play
That's
here?
exactly what I would want to know is what other purpose, like what else triggered you to think that his name was important enough to put it on the list? Like what other significance could he possibly have here?
Yeah.
Mark Richards' office better be watching us because
He's not.
No, I don't know why you say that.
Richard was
I don't
busy
know.
giving quotes saying, "Hey, maybe they're stuck 6'6". I mean, he's all over the place with his public appearances right now.
Look, if Richard's office is watching and for some reason you don't have the time, we are happy to start ghostwriting for you because just ask.
Why is
We can
everybody on
help
this
you with
panel
some
writing checks
supplementals.
for
It'll
me?
be fine.
Well, he didn't say we are happy to start ghostwriting for you for free.
Okay.
He just said we're happy to start ghostwriting. Like,
That's a very good
if
point.
Richards is really busy and doesn't have time to write up
I'm not
any of
far
these
in
motions,
Wisconsin, people. Come on.
That's why I
We'll
said
get you-
ghostwriting.
we'll pro hawk it. We'll pro hawk you in.
We'll be your
All right.
paralegals.
All right.
And we'll start
All right.
ghostwriting for you, and you can sign off. It's totally legal. It's all above board. You know.
I know a couple of
Contact
Wisconsin
us.
attorneys that that could maybe help us pro hawk in. So
All right. All right.
Excellent.
There you go.
Oh, my
Got it
God.
worked out.
nope. But
Now we just
whether
need
or
to work
not
out the payment.
whether or not they're watching us, and I mean,
What else are they doing?
I'm torn on the issue, right? If I'm in Richard's shoes, I don't know if I want to spend my time or resources watching this panel of lawyers who doesn't have the red well as Ron Coleman labels
Yeah.
it. They don't have the file. They don't have the client. So I don't know if I want to get their opinion as much. But at this point, like this, watching everything, we have a pretty good indication or a pretty good repository of what's happened at trial so far, and it's a resource that's there. So even if you don't want to sit and watch it yourself, I almost feel like you should have a staff member monitoring what's going on.
There you
But
go.
even if they
put it all
don't,
on a USB and you make that your amicus curiae brief. You just
Yeah.
submit 2 weeks of the stream and say, "Here you go."
Judge, we know you're also watching. No,
I'm not so sure that's wrong. I was thinking that we should set up a code phrase. You know, if you're watching this, Judge, at some point when you're giving your story, say the word barnacle or something. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wait a minute. With this judge, I'm not so
Safety
sure
word.
that barnacle wouldn't organically enter some story's gonna tell.
That's
when
why
I
it's
was
a good one,
practicing
because it would be smooth for everyone
admiralty
else.
law. When I was practicing admiralty law back in 1937, but no, but even if you're not watching it because you don't want to hear the criticism, or it's just such a long set of things. I know people are emailing information to Mark Richards and his office that is, if not coming directly from this show, the issues are being raised on this show because they either came from the chat or someone, and they're grabbing this issue and they're sending information, or they've been researching it on their own due to what they've been watching and sending that information over. And sure, there's going to be an information overload, but you'd hope by now they've got someone dedicated to handling that information that's coming in some respect.
Well, otherwise, they're just sitting there, and you got to believe they've got a client that's climbing the walls right now, right? I mean, it's day 4.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
do whatever you can.
And that, okay, so I asked Andrew before you guys came on, but does anybody else think, did anyone think that we'd be 4 days of jury deliberation?